Welcome to this introduction to SemT X, a framework for the compliance-aware semantic enrichment of tabular data. In this video, we will show you the main features of SemT X by walking through a complete workflow of semantic enrichment tasks, from the authentication to the enrichment pipeline generation. We will use the following sample table, which reports the performance of a set of keywords in a digital marketing campaign with weather information. Clicks and impressions are collected daily for location, identified by city names. The goal is to enrich the table with weather parameters, such as the maximum and the minimum daily temperatures. From the landing page, we click on Get Started and proceed with the authentication using our credentials. We first create a new dataset by either uploading a zip or a rare archive containing multiple tables, or simply providing a dataset name to create an empty container, as we are doing. Now we can proceed to import our table file and start the enrichment process. Let's explore which extension services are available to extract the weather parameters by clicking on the question mark button and then Discover Services. We can see that in the Extension section, we have Medio properties, Open Medio, which allows us to extract the maximum and the minimum daily temperatures. It requires geographic coordinates and dates in ISO 8601 format. Looking back at our table, we can see that the dates are not yet in the required format, and the city names need to be reconciled. Therefore, we need to prepare our data using the following operations. Modification, which involves applying transformation functions to a selected column. In our case, converting dates into the required format. Reconciliation, the process of matching entities in our original data with entities in external datasets. We will use a geolocation service to reconcile city names. In case the reconciliation service is not able to assign a candidate entity to a cell, we can perform the entity matching revision to review the reconciliation results and perform manual reconciliation. Only after these steps we can proceed with the extension, retrieving additional information, such as the maximum and minimum temperatures, from the target dataset using our newly reconciled entities, and finally export the enrichment pipeline as a Jupyter Notebook pipeline. Now let's see how to perform these steps in SemT X. Modification. We select the feature ID column and click on the Modify button. Then we can select among the available modifiers the date formatter. We can select the desired format, optionally include additional columns, choose the level of detail, in this case, we only need the date, and leave the Update the Current Column option selected. Now we click on Confirm, obtaining the standardized date values. Reconciliation. We select the column and click on the Reconcile button. Under Service Group, choose Geocoordinates, and under Reconciliation Service, we have two available services, GeoNames and Here. We can explore their descriptions and test them to determine which one is the most appropriate in this case. Let's select the GeoNames service. We can provide the county and country columns to add more context for the reconciliation process. As we can see, the column has been fully reconciled. To better understand the reconciliation results, we can click on the question mark button of the notification. We can undo the operation to test the other service if desired. To verify the results, we can either expand the cell by clicking on the respective button or simply click, for example, on Benidorm, and check in Google Maps if the geographic coordinates are correct. Entity matching revision. As we said earlier, we can review the results and perform manual reconciliation by clicking on the Manage Metadata icon of the Benidorm cell. We can either select one of the candidate entities from the list or manually add the correct entity by filling in the required metadata. SemT X also offers the possibility to search the cell label directly on the target knowledge base. Extension. Now that our data are compatible with the required input parameters, we can finally extend the city column with weather parameters. Select the column and click on the Extend button. Choose the Medio properties, and then provide the Fecha ID column as the one containing dates. Select Daily as granularity, and finally extract the maximum and minimum daily temperatures. As we can see, we obtain two new columns. Enrichment pipeline generation. Since we worked on a sample, The same enrichment can now be applied to the full table or to future tables sharing the same schema. Let's save the table and export the pipeline as a Jupyter notebook. Now switching on Jupyter, we can open it and view the operation summary with the modification, reconciliation, and extension steps. Thank you for watching.